Hello Glamour Ghouls and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Midge Munster and on this channel we do all things campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. So today is a much anticipated day, a day that so many of you have been waiting for and asking for. It is the first of my Decorate With Me videos to get us ready for Halloween. Today specifically, we are going to be focusing on my dining room. Now, I know it's been a little ambiguous as to what I will be doing with my dining room this year. If you watched my latest decor hunt or you tuned into the 40K live where we tried the monster cereals, we've been talking a lot about this, going back and forth on what I want to do because I couldn't decide between doing my Woods Witch dining room again and elevating it or doing a vampire theme. I had started out this year really wanting to do a vampire theme. Specifically, there is a one very specific reason involved in that, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I didn't end up finding as much stuff this year as I had hoped to do a vampire dining room, like out in the wild. And I have all the stuff to do the Woods Witch dining room. But honestly, that's just the thing. I have all of the Woods Witch stuff, the Hedge Witch decor in storage. I have it all. It's not like that opportunity is going to go away. I think that we can take another look at that maybe next year and come back to it and really get excited because we did it last year. I think it will be fun to, not see all that stuff for a year and then come back and revisit it and be like really excited to try it again. But one of my big goals this Halloween was to challenge myself to break out of what I always do, the themes I kind of gravitate towards, and then that also challenges me to use things I already have in new ways. So I did end up deciding to go with a vampire theme for my dining room this year. It was really funny when I asked you all in the live stream if you preferred the witch or the vampire dining room. The vote was literally 50-50, split in half. But I thought, what the heck, let's try it. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm really excited. As a lot of you know, I bought those beautiful antique candelabras at the Oddities and Curiosities Expo, and I really wanted to have a reason to display those in a tablescape. But the other reason that I was so, hell-bent on doing this vampire dining room this year is because I bought this crazy thing on Facebook Marketplace in May or June of this year. And I have another purpose coming for it, but I wanted to use it at least once for Halloween in my decor before I start messing with it. So come over here with me real quick and we'll take a look at this crazy purchase I made. Just rolling a coffin into the dining room. You know how it be. So I bought a coffin on Facebook Marketplace this year. I believe, if I remember correctly, I purchased this for $100. And I was shocked when I saw it on Marketplace. I was like, why? Why does someone have this? Especially if you're from around the Kansas City area, the person who was selling this was out in Lone Jack, and Lone Jack is like a very rural, conservative town. And so I saw this and was like, but the guy who sold it to me was so nice. He told me that he never got to have themed birthday parties and things growing up. And so he's been really adamant about giving his children whatever theme they want and going all out for it. And he's a carpenter and his little girl wanted a vampire theme for her birthday, which freaking cool kid, first of all. And so he built her this coffin for her birthday party and then just had it in storage after that and didn't know what to do with it. I was like, well, you found your target audience. I would gladly take it off your hands, give it a new life, give it a new home. Like I said, I have really big permanent plans for this beauty, but I knew I had to use it for Halloween at least once. So pretty cool, right? So it is a little bench, a little seating bench. So I think I can have some fun with that as well. So I definitely want to jump right in and get working on decorating this dining room. But before we do, I do want to take a quick moment and talk about the sponsor of today's video. So while I finish pulling out everything we need to decorate in here, I'm gonna throw it over to Count Midgula.
Being a countess is extremely thirsty work. That is why I'm so thankful to the sponsor of today's video, Bright Cellars. Bright Cellars is a monthly wine subscription service that delivers 6 juicy bottles of wine right to my crypt. Being a centuries-old vampire, it feels like I've tried every wine under the moon, and nothing sucks worse than picking out a bottle of wine at the store only to come home and find out you don't like the flavor at all. But luckily with Bright Cellars, it is very easy to find a bottle of wine I will love. All you have to do is take a quick quiz online that asks you about some of your taste preferences. It asks you about what you like to eat and what you like to drink. Now, if you're like me and you can no longer eat human food, you might have to guess. Using your answers, they recommend the wines specifically for your taste. Then the wines are delivered in recyclable packaging right to your castle door. As I am usually a drinker of reds, one of my favorite wines in this delivery was this Rising Tail Cabernet Sauvignon with delicious warm notes of baking spices and boysenberry. And I love that each bottle comes with a wine education card to tell you more about the wine you are drinking. Even though I am 427 years old, I still love to learn something new. And I am so excited to tell you that for a limited time, Bright Cellars is offering you 50% off your first 6-bottle order for a total of only $55, including shipping. You would be batty to not take advantage of this deal. So if you would like to try Bright Cellars for yourself, click the link in my description box below and take the taste palette quiz to find your matches. Trust me, this will have all of your friends and family saying, "I want to drink your wine."
Thank you so much to Bright Cellars for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in the description box to get started and get 50% off your first 6-bottle box. So back to decorating. I started by straightening out this kind of cheesecloth, creepy cloth ceiling tapestry that I got from Target. This is one solid piece and it hangs, it has specific hang points on it here, like you can see there, to tack to your ceiling. If you remember, I tried to do something similar like this last year with multiple creepy cloths and it just didn't look quite right because they were all separate pieces. So I really like the way this looks. The only problem being that it is one solid piece, so I did have to find a way to work it around the chandelier. I tried a few different things and thought about cutting a slit in it even, but eventually I just wrapped it kind of around the chandelier's base and it ended up looking really, really good still. I'm really pleased with how this turns out. Okay. So I got this hung. It took forever and I got so sweaty I had to change into a t-shirt and put my hair up because it was so warm. But it looks really cool. So now let's start working on the tablescape. So I got to work on the table starting with this fabric that is, as you can see, very slippy slidey. This is from Joann this year, and I didn't actually buy it to use as a tablecloth, but I'm so glad that it happened to be the exact perfect size. It looked incredible, and I thought this was so pretty and reflective. I just love the way this looks. I was very excited. As you can see, having a great time. Then I pulled out these kind of gauzy runners. These are not creepy cloth really, but they are kind of a similar thing, a sheer gauzy cloth. Placed that as a table runner and then pulled out my beautiful candelabras. These are from the Oddities Expo this year and I am obsessed with them. Look at these. Look at them. I mean, wow. Then I got out these bloody taper candles that I got from Amazon. These were, I think, like, not very expensive. It was like $7 for a pack of 12, and with these candelabras having 5 slots a piece, this was a nice and inexpensive way to take care of this. I was also really happy that these are like a beeswax of sorts that do not drip. So with this being on a fabric table and in these really nice candelabras, I'm thankful that they won't be dripping everywhere, but they still have that cool bleeding effect. Y'all, I was really like feeling skeptical, feeling worried, but I am already obsessed with how this is coming out. And we haven't even made a dent yet. So I wanted to take a pause and talk about, I bought these flameless LED candles on Amazon, and I was excited because they came in a pack of 9, which I thought was really good. So these are all the ones that came in one box, and I think one box was like $16.99. You do have to put batteries in them once you get them, but they look really nice. They've got kind of a wavy edge, like they've burned down a little bit, and I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but they have a nice little glow to them. But the other thing I really liked is that they have a remote, so you can set a timer, you can change the dimness of the light. Again, I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but you can make it brighter or dimmer. And then the other thing I love is that it has 2 options that say light and candle. And when you hit the candle button, they actually like flicker and look like real candles. So I'm really excited about this because I can put them all out together, and then it's just one click on or click off to turn them all on. That way I'm not having to go around and click a bajillion times on the little switches on the bottom. Trust me, if you are a like crazy Halloween person and you do all kinds of lighting and things, find things that have remotes and buy them, because it will make your life 1,000 times easier. You're a lot more likely to turn your stuff off every night, so you don't have to worry about going through a ton of batteries because you don't want to go around and click everything on and off. Okay, so I'm going to unpackage all of these. I've got to put batteries in them, and then we're going to take them and kind of scatter them down the rest of the table runner, and I think I'm going to put some up top above the hutch as well, so we just kind of have candles laying everywhere to really set that ambient tone. I'm going to spend the next however many minutes putting batteries in like 30 candles, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, you guys ready to see something really cool? Look at that. It's beautiful. I mean, come on. Okay, so while I'm still messing with lighting and things like that, I saw this really cool idea on TikTok from Horror Vixen. She bought this little bat lamp from Target, the little slotted one that we kind of talked about. This guy. And I didn't even think like of different ways to use this, but in her video, she put this inside a coffin like this and like hung it, because it's battery operated and it just hangs. So she put it inside a coffin like this, and then it lit up the inside, and I thought that was a really cool idea. So I went and grabbed one at Target for $15. And I think, so the back of this coffin is just wooden. So I think I should be able to just hammer a nail in here to hang the bat from. Doesn't he look cute in there? Let me turn the lights off and I'll show you what he looks like lit up. That looks pretty freaking cool. Okay, so I was just starting to feel like I was in that place where I was like, okay, it's all come together. I'm almost done. And then I went downstairs and pulled all the like trimmings out of the basement for this. Here we go. The good news is we have a lot of cool stuff to play with. The bad news is we're nowhere close to done. So what my plan is now is to more or less throw on some music and do a time lapse so you can watch me decorate the hutch and the walls and just kind of play with all these elements until we get them how we want them. And then when all that is done, I will come back and show you the finished product. I may pop in here and there with some audio, like voiceover clips if there's anything I feel like needs explaining. But other than that, I will see you in the reveal. So we are starting with the hutch. This is one of my favorite things to decorate the last couple of years. It's so fun to have all this shelving to play with. I just pulled out a bunch of different items that I thought read kind of glamorous and vampire-y. Lots of skulls and things. I thought that played well into the theme of the undead. pulled out these busts that are from Michael's last year, and I like to think that they are the master and mistress of the mansion. I also got these really cool little candles from Walmart this year. It's like a solid candle pedestal that looks like dripping wax, and then you put a little tea light up top, and I thought that looked really, really cool. Then I started futzing with this piece from Bath & Body Works last year, the head pedestal and the hand pedestal. I started with a candle, but I didn't like the way that looked, so I took apart this skull that I had, took off his jawbone so that it would sit nicely in that little head pedestal, and then I decided to have him holding his jawbone. I don't know why, I just thought this was kind of funny, and I actually really like the way it looks. So now I'm pulling out these LED par lights. This was an upgrade I made this year to my house for Halloween, and I'm so happy I got these. They came in like a pack of 8, and they have a lot of colors within them to choose from. You can set these to almost any solid color, or they can kind of fade into different colors like it was just there. But for this room, I specifically set these to red and have them on either side of the hutch. I think this makes for a beautiful spooky glow. So as you can tell with all the LED candles and the par lights, I've been really focusing on how to use lighting this year to elevate a space, and I decided I wanted more light inside the hutch as well. So I got out these little puck lights, these LED puck lights, and you can set the color however you want on these with a remote or by tapping them. I set them to red and just used command strips to stick them to the underside of the shelves. Then you might recognize these hands from the witch dining room last year. These are actually 3D printed to hold a candle. I used them to hold the Ouija sign last year, but they actually hold these little LED candles. So I stuck these to the wall and put the candles in there for a nice creepy vampire-y effect. So my last little bit of business here is the napkins, and I bought these like red just cloth napkins and got some of these little vampire fangs, and I'm just gonna roll the napkins and stick them through the teeth like a little napkin ring, and then that is gonna be our table setting. So I'm gonna finish those up, add a few minor small finishing details in here, and then we're gonna come back and look at the room all finished. So I will see you in just a second. Well, everyone, that is it for today's video. I am so incredibly thrilled with how this turned out. I was honestly really anxious. I was feeling like I wasn't really gonna have the right things to really fill up this space and make it atmospheric and believable. But honestly, I think this looks incredible. I'm really proud of this. And it's so cozy with all the candles and the lights. Honestly, I like this just as much, if maybe not a little bit more, than my witch dining room last year. It's just fun to do something different and to see what new ways I can expand my creativity and play with things. As an ex-theater kid, I really love to build a set like this to have the whole environment kind of envelop you and make you feel like you've been transported to somewhere else. And I feel like I achieved that here. I really hope that you all like it as well. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you have done something similar or if you're going to try something similar this year. I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas and what you'll be doing. Thank you again so much to Bright Cellars for sponsoring today's video. Honestly, y'all, this wine is really, really good. Remember, you can get 50% off your first order of 6 bottles when you click the link in my description box below. And as always, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel before you leave today. This is just one of a few rooms that we still have left to decorate before Halloween hits us. I also have several small, just fun bonus videos coming your way this month, and you're not gonna wanna miss a single one. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our Glamour Ghoul gang. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, keep it campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. Cheers. Bye.
When we come out to social.